In the glittering world of rock and roll, careers can crumble in the blink of an eye. Today, we're diving into the shocking stories of legendary musicians who went from stadium-filling superstars to industry outcasts overnight. Rock's darkest downfalls when fame turns to infamy. Jerry Lee Lewis's story begins like a classic American dream. In 1956, a young pianist with lightning-fast fingers walked into Sun Records in Memphis, Tennessee. The label that launched Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash found their next sensation. Sam Phillips, the legendary owner, was so captivated by Lewis's raw talent that he offered him a contract on the spot. And within just 12 months, Lewis became a household name. Great Balls of Fire wasn't just a hit. It was a cultural phenomenon, selling an astounding 300,000 copies in merely 3 weeks. The world seemed to be at his feet with his distinctive piano-pounding style and electrifying performances, making him a serious contender to dethrone Elvis as rock's king. But in 1958, during what should have been his triumphant UK tour, Lewis's world imploded. The British press discovered he had married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Brown, while still legally married to another woman. The public's reaction was swift and merciless. The tour collapsed and Lewis returned to America in disgrace. The price of scandal and artistic missteps. Back home, Lewis faced a devastating reality. Radio stations blacklisted his music, venues canceled shows, and his earnings plummeted from $10,000 per night to a mere $250. Sam Phillips would later lament that if not for the scandal, Jerry Lee Lewis would have surpassed even Elvis in popularity. While Lewis's downfall was self-inflicted, Billy Squier's story proves that sometimes a single artistic decision can destroy decades of hard work. In the 1970s, Squier's band Piper earned critical acclaim as America's most promising rock debut. When he went solo, success followed naturally with hit after hit, establishing him as rock's rising star. Then came 1984's Rock Me Tonight. The song itself was climbing the charts, but the music video would become Squier's unexpected tombstone. Choreographed by Kenny Ortega, later famous for High School Musical, the video featured Squire in what many considered an embarrassingly feminine display, prancing around in a pink tank top, rolling on satin sheets. The backlash was immediate and severe. Rock fans felt betrayed, and Squire's tough guy image shattered overnight. Album sales plummeted, and his career never recovered. Years later, he reflected to Rolling Stone, "It killed me. It was over after that. That video was the metaphor for my career's demise." When private moments go public. Motley Crue's Tommy Lee experienced a different kind of career transformation. By the mid-1990s, he had it all. 30 million albums sold, worldwide fame, and a marriage to Pamela Anderson, one of the world's most recognized sex symbols. But their private honeymoon video would become the center of one of rock's most notorious scandals. Unlike his predecessors, Lee's notoriety didn't diminish his fame, it transformed it. The scandal shifted public attention from his musical achievements to his personal life, forever altering how the world viewed him. The incident became a watershed moment in celebrity culture, foreshadowing an era where private moments could become public entertainment overnight. The story serves as a stark reminder that in the entertainment industry, reputations built over years can crumble in moments, whether through personal choices, artistic missteps, or circumstances beyond one's control. Private lives and public scandals, the Tommy Lee saga. The intimate honeymoon video was meant to stay private, locked away in Tommy and Pamela's personal collection. But fate had different plans when an electrician named Rand Gauthier entered their lives. Working at the Lee Mansion, Gauthier faced unpaid wages and what he described as constant mistreatment. The breaking point came when Tommy allegedly confronted the crew with a shotgun, demanding they leave the property immediately. "I had never been held at gunpoint before," Gauthier later revealed in an interview. "It completely messed with my head." This traumatic experience sparked a vengeful plan that would change celebrity culture forever. After months of meticulous planning, Gauthier executed a calculated break-in at the mansion's garage, making off with Tommy's safe, a treasure trove containing not just money and jewelry, but the infamous tape that would reshape rock history. Within 2 years, the video found its way online, generating an astronomical $77 million in just 12 months. Yet remarkably, the couple at the center of this storm didn't see a penny. Instead, they faced relentless public scrutiny and media harassment. Tommy's image transformed overnight from respected rock drummer to tabloid sensation. The spiral from rock star to headlines. The aftermath proved devastating. Tommy's struggle with substance abuse intensified, and by 1998, he made headlines again, this time for a domestic violence incident involving Pamela while she held their infant son. The courts showed no leniency, sentencing him to 6 months behind bars. Pamela filed for divorce, marking the end of their tumultuous relationship. Motley Crue wasn't immune to the chaos. Internal tensions reached a boiling point in 1999, with Tommy feeling suffocated by the endless scandals. His departure led to an ill-fated venture called Methods of Mayhem, a rap rock project that alienated his traditional fan base and dissolved after one album. The Doors' Miami incident, when art meets controversy. Jim Morrison's story presents a different kind of career-altering controversy. In 1969, the Doors were set to perform in Miami, their reputation drawing 12,000 fans to a venue designed for 7,000. Morrison's late arrival only heightened the crowd's restlessness, but what followed would become rock legend. Taking the stage, Morrison launched into what he considered an artistic performance inspired by experimental theater. "You're all slaves," he shouted. "How long will you let people push you around?" What began as provocative performance art spiraled into chaos when someone doused Morrison with champagne. "Let's see some skin," Morrison allegedly proclaimed, leading to what witnesses described as mass disrobing. The aftermath was swift and severe. Morrison faced charges of indecent exposure and public drunkenness. Despite his denials and plans to fight the charges, the damage was done. Radio stations pulled the Doors' music, venues canceled shows, and parents' groups called for boycotts. Morrison never served his 6-month sentence, tragically passing away during a European tour before the case concluded. These incidents serve as stark reminders of how quickly public perception can shift, transforming beloved artists into controversial figures overnight. Whether through personal choices or misunderstood artistic expression, the line between fame and infamy often proves remarkably thin in the unforgiving world of rock and roll. Clapton's controversial legacy: when words destroy reputations. Unlike Morrison's theatrical controversies, Eric Clapton's 1969 Birmingham concert became infamous for entirely different reasons. The guitar legend, known for his blues mastery, shocked audiences with an unexpected racist tirade that would haunt his career for decades to come. Standing before his fans, Clapton launched into a disturbing political rant, demanding that foreigners leave Britain. "Keep Britain white," he shouted, alongside even more inflammatory remarks that crossed every conceivable line. The irony wasn't lost on his audience. This was the same musician who had built his career on black musical influences, particularly citing Muddy Waters as a primary inspiration. Though Clapton's career survived the incident, his reputation suffered an irreparable blow. It would take over 40 years before he addressed the controversial moment, attributing his behavior to severe alcoholism. "I was a full-tilt racist," he admitted in his later years, despite dating black women and championing black music. Yet his acknowledgement fell short of a formal apology, leaving many to question whether he truly comprehended the depth of harm his words had caused. The Mamas and the Papas, a legacy tainted by horror. While Clapton's controversy stemmed from hateful speech, John Phillips' scandal revealed something far more sinister. As co-founder of the Mamas and the Papas in 1965, Phillips helped create some of folk rock's most memorable harmonies. Despite their brief 3-year run, the band left an indelible mark on music history. Phillips' post-band life spiraled into chaos, marked by severe substance abuse. In 1981, he faced drug trafficking charges, but received a surprisingly lenient sentence, merely recording a PSA about drug dangers. This brush with the law barely dented his reputation, but a far darker truth lurked beneath the surface. In 2009, Phillips's daughter dropped a bombshell in her memoir that would forever alter her father's legacy. She revealed years of sexual abuse at his hands, beginning when she was 19 and continuing for over a decade. When confronted, Phillips' response was nothing short of chilling. "Don't you mean made love?" he reportedly replied to his daughter's accusations of rape. Though these revelations emerged after Phillips's death, they effectively erased him from rock's pantheon of greats. His story serves as a haunting reminder that behind the glitter and glamour of fame, monsters sometimes hide in plain sight, their true nature revealed only after years of silence. The price of fame when icons fall. These stories illustrate the fragility of fame and the weight of accountability in the music industry. From Clapton's racist outburst to Phillips' unforgivable crimes, each case demonstrates how quickly decades of musical achievement can be overshadowed by personal actions and revelations. The entertainment industry's landscape has changed dramatically since these incidents, with social media and instant communication making it harder for such behaviors to remain hidden. Yet these cautionary tales remain relevant, reminding us that talent and artistry don't excuse human depravity. As we've seen, fame's spotlight can illuminate both genius and darkness. These fallen stars remind us that behind every melody and every lyric lies a human story, sometimes inspiring, sometimes devastating, but always complex.